Hey everyone, and welcome to my art channel. So here's another drawing time-lapse for Inktober, and for today's topic I'd like to share with you my top 3 lessons by learning to draw with ink. And for today's portrait, well, since dark and creepy things has always been the atmosphere in the month of October, I'm focusing on this kind of style for all of my Inktobers. So this time I just really wanted to draw a super hot and gorgeous but elegant dark girls. Now let's get on to the topic at hand. Now in the past I used to hate ink so much that I tried to avoid using it. But I've always been so inspired by Aveu, as she's one of the very top favorite artists for me, and she does a lot of mixed media art with ink or sometimes just like ink alone. And so I decided to push myself out of my comfort zone and began trying ink since like around 2015 as I remember. But even so, I still don't actually use ink as my medium. I mean, in a way, I'm still having a bit of challenge with it. And so I rarely ever use ink in my art. So when I do use ink, it's mostly just for studies or when I'm trying out Inktober, which I actually never make it to draw like all 31 pieces of drawings. So here's the thing with ink. Once you mess up, you're done. So there's no way you can fix or cover a scratch or bleed of an ink unless you're doing a mixed media art, which was my case in my previous Inktober video. In that video I use watercolor and acrylics, so it's pretty easy for me to just make things up when I did wrong or I feel like I lack something in that drawing. And using watercolor into my Inktober drawings also add a little bit of color, which I'm very happy about it. I feel like I'm giving more a breath of life into it because I mostly work with colors. So if you haven't watched it yet, then you can also check out that video, which the link is in the description. Now from all of those experiences, here's what I learned. The first lesson is patience. Using ink taught me to be patient in basically everything. You can't rush it or randomly sketch a line here and there because it's not like a sketch drawing or a painting. It works different. So somehow I feel like I'm lacking a bit of freedom with ink because of that, because I usually like to have that kind of free flow kind of feeling that's natural and organic and that I can just basically do whatever I want. But with the patient part, it's really worth it because it's really beneficial and important for me to learn to be patient with my art. And so in the end, I actually like how neat and clean my drawings look like with ink. And plus the personality that ink gives to my art style, it makes it look more bold and brave, and I don't know, I just personally feel that way, and I think that's pretty cool. I suppose that I'm starting to actually like ink. I mean, I'm not going to say I love it, but I'm definitely enjoying it and I really like the feeling of it. So anyway, second lesson is to be bold and courage. So like what I've said before about how ink affected the personality of my art style, in a way it also affected how I feel about my art and how I approach it. And a lot of times whenever I'm trying to do a new painting that is really complicated or complex or whatever, I'm scared to start it, to the point that I actually never started, which is sad. So when I'm using ink, I always try my best not to make a mistake. But that's the thing. It's good that I'm patient with it, but sometimes if I over-analyze things or overthink, I would be just way too scared to even start because I just don't want to ruin it. And sometimes I even hold my breath before every straight or curving line that I need to create. But the more I use ink, the braver I get, and I'm really happy with that. I can now approach my art better and be more more positive as well, which is so important. And so, even when you do make a mistake. So this leads to the third and last lesson, is to improvise. Instead of giving up and throw it away whenever you make a mistake, I personally, I would, you know what, never mind. Right, you go into the trash. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I don't want to continue. I don't want to do anything about it, which is really bad. So what you can do instead of this is that you can take a deep breath, take a break, and you can look back at it later on. In the past, whenever I feel my art is looking not as I expected at all, or even worse, ugly, I throw it away. Many times I stop myself and put my art somewhere in the cold, dark drawer of mine, and till this day, some of them never see the light of day anymore, which is really sad, and it's such a shame. Now, I value more of my time, effort, and of course, materials. Traditional art materials are not cheap. It's a waste if I throw it away just because I easily give up on it. So, I realized that instead of doing that, I just learned to, improvise. I need to learn that, because again, if I just keep throwing it away, whatever it is that I don't like, or just forget about it and put it somewhere in my drawer, I'm just never going to actually finish anything. Because the thing is that I personally have some bit of perfectionism issue, which is good sometimes, but at the same time it's annoying, because oftentimes I forget that finishing is more important than perfect. So anyway, instead of that, I just learned to improve, which is really cool, because it taught me to think quickly of a solution, or to just be okay, not to put yourself too much pressure, and just take a break. So plus, I do notice that a lot of my paintings that were created without any planning or any detailed step-by-step progress, and those kind of paintings where I would just let go, I'm just going with the flow, I didn't think much of it, the point is I just do it. Those kind of paintings, mostly they have the strongest expression or emotion. Sometimes it surprises me, the kind of idea, expression, and emotion that I'm able to convey through my art. They all look so raw and organic, which I'm very happy about it. So anyway, that's about it, what I would like to share with you in this video. So I hope that you enjoy it and find this helpful. And this original drawing of my girl Margot is available for purchase in my store. So you can also support me by following me on Instagram and my other social medias. So my website and my store, all of that links is in the description down below. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And you can also go ahead and turn on that notification button so you can get first update whenever I post new videos. So that's it for today, and I hope you well, and I will see you soon.